Submission is a word that is often misunderstood in the modern era. We have been conditioned to see it as a sign of weakness or a relic of a bygone time. But in the raw biological reality of human attraction, submission is a response to competence. A woman does not submit to a man's orders. She submits to his frame. She submits to the feeling of safety that comes from being with a man who knows exactly who he is and where he is going. Respect is not something you demand at the door. It is something you radiate through your state of being. If you find yourself constantly asking for respect, you have already lost it. True respect is the byproduct of these 5 fundamental attitudes, the psychological pillars that separate the leaders from the followers. 1. The attitude of willingness to walk. The most powerful position in any negotiation, whether it's a billion-dollar business deal or a romantic relationship, is the ability to walk away and mean it. Most men operate from a place of scarcity. They are so afraid of losing the woman that they tolerate disrespect, boundary pushing, and emotional games. They believe that by staying, they are proving their love. In reality, they are only proving their desperation. A woman cannot submit to a man she can trap with her presence. She needs to know that you have a standard for your life that is higher than your desire for her. When you have the attitude of being willing to walk, you aren't being mean. You are being sovereign. You are signaling that your peace of mind is not for sale. When she realizes that her presence in your life is a privilege that can be revoked at any moment due to her poor behavior, her respect for you skyrockets. She realizes she is playing a high-stakes game with a man who doesn't need her to survive. 2. The attitude of emotional imperturbability. In the olden days, the leader of the tribe was the man who remained the calmest during the storm. Today, the storm is often a woman's emotional chaos. Women are naturally more fluid and emotional. It is part of their beauty and their power. But they use this chaos as a subconscious test for the man. They want to see if they can rattle you, if she can make you angry, if she can make you defensive, or if she can make you whine. Then she has broken your frame. She has become the dominant frequency, and you have become the reactor. The attitude that commands respect is one of unshakable stillness. When she is loud, you are quiet. When she is irrational, you are logical. When she tries to provoke you, you respond with a calm, amused smile. This imperturbability tells her nervous system that you are the anchor. She realizes that if she can't break you, the world can't break you either. It is only when she realizes she cannot move the mountain that she finally decides to sit at its base and find peace. 3. The attitude of mission over mood. There is a specific vibration a man emits when his life is dedicated to something greater than a woman's approval. We call this the primary mission. Many men make the mistake of making the relationship their mission. They spend their days worrying about her mood, her happiness, and her comfort. But to a woman, a man whose primary focus is her is a man who has no North Star. She feels lost because there is no destination. The attitude that commands submission is the one that says, I love you, but my work, my legacy, and my growth come first. When you are willing to cancel a date because a business opportunity arose, or when you are willing to tell her no because you have to train, you are showing her that you are a man of discipline. A woman wants to be the reward for your mission, not the consultant for your life. When she sees that you are obsessed with your own greatness, she naturally wants to align herself with that journey. She submits to the momentum of your life. 4. The attitude of absolute accountability. In a world full of men who make excuses and blame their circumstances, the man who takes absolute ownership of his life is a king. Submission requires trust. A woman cannot submit to a man she doesn't trust to own the outcome. If you blame your boss for your lack of money, or your ex for your trauma, or the algorithm for your failure, she sees a victim, and nobody submits to a victim. The attitude of accountability means that you never complain and you never explain. If there is a problem, you solve it. If you make a mistake, you fix it. You don't ask her what we should do. You tell her what you are going to do and invite her to follow. When you take 100% responsibility for the weather in your world, she feels the weight of the world lift off her shoulders. She realizes that she doesn't have to be the manager anymore. She can finally drop into her feminine role because she knows that the captain has everything under control. 5. The attitude of selectivity. The final attitude that commands respect is the realization that your attention is a high-priced commodity. Most men are attention vending machines. They give out compliments, texts, and time to any woman who gives them a second look. This low barrier to entry makes their attention worthless. The man who commands respect has a high barrier. He is selective. He doesn't just choose a woman because she is beautiful. He chooses her because she is respectful, feminine, and adds value to his mission. This attitude of selectivity makes her feel like she has earned her place by your side. Human beings do not value what they do not earn. By maintaining high standards for the women you allow into your inner circle, you force her to level up to stay there. She submits to the standard you have set for your life, knowing that if she slips, there are 1,000 other things you would rather do with your time. As we close this out, understand that these 5 attitudes are not tricks or hacks. They are the external manifestations of a man who has found his own worth. Respect is not won in the bedroom or at a dinner table. It is won in the gym, in the office, and in the hours of silence where you build your character. When you embody these attitudes, you stop chasing respect and start attracting it. You'll notice that her voice gets softer, her eyes stay on you longer, her tests become fewer and further between. She isn't submitting because you told her to. She is submitting because she has finally found a man who is strong enough to lead her. Focus on the mission. Stay in the frame. And remember, the world only treats you the way you treat yourself. Be the man who is worth respecting, and the submission will follow as naturally as the tide follows the moon. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to Unmasked Love.